Way to a Tech Radar, and we're about to unbox the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. It's the Ultra version, which is better than the regular Note 20 that also got announced alongside of it. And let's see what's inside and what it looks like. I'm gonna open this up, and there it is. Here is the Note 20 Ultra. It has 5G in it. And it has, of course, the S Pen. That is something that Samsung touts all the time. It's a stylus. That's Samsung's version of a stylus. It's like the Apple Pencil, but it's shrunk down and it fits into the Note 20 Ultra. So that's a little hideaway space for it. Let's open this up. Throw the top of the box over there and just take out this massive phone. It has a 6.9-inch display. That's not much bigger than the 6.7-inch display on the normal Note, but the Ultra version has a Quad HD resolution, so that's much better than the Full HD resolution, and it also has a 120 Hz refresh rate, so you're going to be able to boot up this phone and scroll through your Instagram feed a little more fluidly, play games a little more fluidly, so that is a big deal, and once you start using that, it's hard to go back to 60 Hz, which is on a lot of phones, including the iPhone. You can see the back of the phone has 3 cameras on there. There's a 3-camera array. There's a telephoto, an ultra wide, and a regular wide camera. That's the main camera. That's 108 megapixels. So that's really cool. We're gonna put that aside for just a second. Take out a little info here for the carrier stuff, and then see what else is inside. So you have this little curtain that reveals, hey, we have a charger. So this is kind of interesting. It's a 25-watt charger in the box. The Note 10 Plus and also all of the S20 phones that came out 6 months ago, they all had compatibility with a 45-watt charger, but that's been dialed back for some reason. None of the phones came with 45-watt chargers, and probably no one used it. So maybe that's why Samsung got rid of that, but I'm sure it'll be back eventually. We have phone manufacturers doing 100-watt chargers, so that's, you know, something I see Samsung updating maybe next year. Maybe they couldn't fit it inside. You have a USB-C to USB-C cable. That's really important for making sure you're kind of getting rid of the USB-A to micro USB cables that are probably lying around. This one's just easier to plug in, so you can plug in this way, and you can also plug in that way. So that's kind of a handy thing. So that comes in the box, and we don't have much more in this box. There are no headphones. There are no other little dongles and accessories that we usually get with this phone. It's kind of odd, but that seems to be the trend that smartphone manufacturers are going, and that's, you know, reduces how many times do you get a new phone in the last like 2 or 3 years, and just use your old earbuds, or don't use your earbuds at all because you either have AirPods Pro or the Samsung Buds. Samsung just announced, coincidentally enough, the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. So that's a new set of buds in addition to the Galaxy Buds Plus. That's just a different competitor to the Apple AirPods, specifically the Apple AirPods Pro. So going through the phone, because this unboxing would be kind of short otherwise, we're gonna set this up, agree to all the terms, and we see the S Pen. So this version that I have has a Mystic bronze color. There's also Mystic white and Mystic black, but we're lucky enough to have had the Mystic bronze. It's this almost like a darker shade of the rose gold version that was offered previously, and if we take off the plastic, you can see that in full. Take off the sticker, and it's funny, they have a kind of a plastic screen protector on there, but it has a little space in case you want to use that for the under display fingerprint sensor, the fingerprint under display as they technically call it. So we're going to take that off as well. I'm going to go with the risk of having no case and no screen protector for now, and we're going to set this phone up. So we're going to take a second and start to initiate the fingerprint sensor. Works a lot like the other fingerprint sensors we've had before. This one does have somewhat of a Face ID feature. It's called Face Unlock, but that has been known to be spoofed. So we're gonna go with this under-screen fingerprint sensor technology, and that's kind of reminds us of the old Touch ID days back when Apple got that on their phones and it was a big hit. And there it is, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra with that Quad HD display, or the ability to have it in Full HD, but also have 120 Hz refresh rate. That's really our preference because it's hard to go back to 60 Hz, even with a Quad HD resolution. We're willing to give up a couple pixels that we probably can't even see. But let's talk about this S Pen. So now it tucks into this left side, which is interesting. They switched it up on us. But the thing I really like, 2 years ago in the Samsung Galaxy S9, you had the ability to take photos remotely. It has a little bit of Bluetooth in here, and you can take them remotely with this S Pen. It's kind of a cool feature, but I think this year's new feature wins hands down. We're gonna open up Samsung Notes. That's an app that has existed before, but it has a new feature that I really like. It's the ability to record audio notes using the phone and scribble things down, and then go back to those notes, and where you scribbled, if you touch a certain particular spot, it'll start playing the notes back from that time you scribbled it down. So you have to imagine if you are a student and there's a big lecture, or you're in class, or you're listening to a speaker, if you're a journalist, for example, and you're listening to a briefing and you jot something down. You don't have to jot everything down because it's captured through the audio, but it's kind of like an interactive timeline that allows you to go back and say, oh, I want to go to this spot. So the timeline doesn't have any notes when you go back and do a regular audio recording, but this does have something significant, something where you can basically bookmark things. So that's kind of a neat new feature.